Welcome back to What Arty Noobs. This is the Leopard 1. It's a tier 10 German medium. It's located on the north spawn of Murovanka, and the commander is RNG's Toxis. And this is a ranked battle. Yep, the ranked battle series that took place a while back, and well, RNG's Toxis had a good battle, so he sent one in to show us what it's all like. It's all tier 10 vehicles, and you're effectively trying to get the most damage you can so you can move up the rankings. Those who get the most damage move up a rank, those who get very little damage actually get demoted. Well, he tried to get a shot there on an AMX-13-105, but unfortunately he didn't connect, but going for the AMX-50B. It's a bit crowded here, and he's actually being pushed along by a Super Conqueror. Yeah, don't do anything. Sometimes, yeah, your own teammates are more of a hazard than the enemy. Well, the Leopard 1 is technically a main battle tank, but it was the European standard tank that the Germans produced. Started development work 1956. Nope, just ricocheted off the armour of the Super Conch. The prototype was designed in 1965, or rather it was ready in 1965, and I think it was manufactured by the Krauss Maffei factory. It was bought by 10 separate countries, the Leopard 1, including Germany and of course Canada. In fact, a lot of countries bought it because it was such a good standard tank. It's basically a very mobile tank because the Germans wanted a very good gun on a tank that can move very quickly and was very mobile, but they didn't put a lot of armour onto it because they didn't think with modern anti-tank guns and all the rounds that were being fired, the heat rounds and everything, that any tank would be able to survive a shot. So there's no point in putting armour on the tank if you don't think the tank's going to survive. There's another one in the Super Conch. I think he got that one in the engine bay. The gun is a 105mm, capable of 420 alpha, and it will penetrate through 278mm with standard rounds, but with the premium rounds that he's firing here, and he's only firing premium, 323mm. So easy enough for the ranked battles because he's going up against tier 10 opponents with some solid armour. As you can see, it's very mobile. 70 kilometers top speed. That's the same sort of speed you'd find on light tanks in the past. And that EBR's on the move. Oh no, timed that one slightly wrong, and the shell went ahead of the target, but now he's aiming for the E4. No low plate. Yes, gets low plate. Now he was spotted. Pull back. I think it may have been that EBR that saw him. Okay, he's up to nearly 2k of damage already. Just one hit point low. We've got enemy in our rear. It is basically like a standard battle, but you're trying to get the most damage you can. They're not gonna... I don't think they'll cap. Not when there's so many points at stake. No, it didn't penetrate. He is in front of that building, but he just couldn't get the shots in. Go for it this time. Yes, this time it worked. 373. It's those APCR rounds. They really do make a difference. Now, you can't see him, but there you go. He's got him this time. 441, which is a high roll. And he's nicely using the bush mechanic. Well, it's actually the bush mechanic and the fact that these vehicles are actually behind trees in between us and them, so they're being let down by the foliage. The IS-7's tracked. Go for it again. Yes! 410! I think that was a low roll, but it went into the engine bay, which is difficult because IS-7s have spaced armour on their sides. And there's DDR moving quickly. This time around he does get it, and he's now got a backchat 25 ton out there, and he's gone. Can he get another shot from DDR? Well, he tries, and briefly sees the outline for a moment. Okay, that's E5 is E3 rather, is getting rather close, and he's got a lot of armour on him. You don't want to grapple with an E3 with so much armour. Pops up, trying to get lower plate. Yeah, he takes a round, a big round. It's a 155mm round, 741 hit points, which is a low roll. And he's now taken a hit from the E4 with a similar gun. The E4 hit him with an HE round. So he was lucky actually to come away with as little damage loss as he did. But he's now down to just 31% of his health there. But he does have 5k of damage done on the enemy. And if you look at the damage tables, we're way down on the enemy. 3,000 hit points down on the enemy at the moment. But on numbers, it's about the same. We're only one down by tanks, but way down on hit points. But I'd suggest that it's actually RNGeostoxis who's actually keeping his team in the game by dealing damage to the enemy. Most of the enemy are over the other side of the battlefield at the moment. It's very difficult to get shots on them when they're hiding like this. There's a Manticore going the opposite direction. Done a lot of videos on the Manticore recently. Oh, that 277 just took a hit. And there's the E4. Puts one back into him. Is he looking this way? Going for his commander's cupola. And he's out the game. As our friends in other countries would say, garage. Oh dear. Okay, we occupy the east side of the map. They occupy the west. I think we've got the advantage really because we've got the magic forest to protect us. And now it's starting to pay because the enemy are now down by 2. And we're almost matching on hit points. Almost, but not quite. Now there is an enemy Arty in the plane. Yeah, GWE100. I'm surprised our teammates didn't get him, but I think it may be that we've got, well, they've got enemy tanks near his position, overlooking his position, and that's why we can't get a shot. Okay, the enemy Leopard's down. Played well, the Leopard can be a really devastating tank, but it's that armour that lets it down. The fact that it has no armour. And really, to be honest, if it gets hit, you're going to suffer a loss. I mean, the shells that hit him were 155mm shells, so they were substantial. Not a lot was going to stop that, unless, of course, they hit the tracks. But he's being very aggressive now, because he's now heading into enemy territory in a seek and destroy. There's only 5 enemies remaining, and most of them appear to be in the south. It's the 60 TP. Okay, he's going to, like the Object 140, he's going to sort of like take up a position this side of the ridgeline, try and use these bushes to pop up, spot the enemy and try and get shots on them. Turning his gun to one side to get artificial gun depression. Ah, there's the Super Comp. And yes, he can hit that guy, and the Progetto's going to go there with him. And there he is, side on, takes around 409, which is a high roll. Or is it? No, it's low roll, sorry. It's a low roll by 11. And he's looking this way, but you can't protect the sides. Supercomp does have those burst plates over the turret, but not over the sides of the vehicle, which are fairly weak. So we're 3 up on the enemy now, and it appears that RNGeostoxis might have the highest damage in the game. He's got 20% of the enemy hit pool. It does appear that there are several really good players on his team, including that Progetto and the Object 140. And the Arty's no slouch either. We've got an Object 261 with 2 kills as well. And the fact that RNGeostoxis doesn't have any kill kind of doesn't point to the fact that he's actually been doing probably the most damage in the game, 6.2k already. I'm pretty sure that the enemy Arty is in that area. That's normally where we go. I say all the time, but mostly. If he was going to get at those tanks, the only real way that he can do so is actually to go off to the east and try and make his way along the back of the map. But of course doing that means he won't be able to get shots on the 60TP who's up in the centre line. Well, they've still got just under 5 minutes to play. From what it appears at the moment, the Super Conqueror has actually gone into the bushes at the back there. Doesn't want to come out. He's inviting other people to try and work their way down towards him so he can shoot them. But I have a feeling that the Object 140 and the Progetto decided to take matters into their own hands, because if you notice on the minimap, you see there's 2 medium tanks making their way along the back row, and I have the feeling that they're going to actually be able to shoot the Super Conch. They just took out the AMX 13105 that we proximity spotted, and RNG is trying to get up onto this ridge line. Let's see if he can spot anyone. He's been spotted. Okay, pulls back. And it's the Super Conch. And the bad news for him now is that we've got guys on the back row, and RNG is now going to try and get a shot. No, doesn't. It's 9 degrees of gun depression the Leopard has. Not quite as good as the Super Conch. Just got the top of the turret. He's got the side of the turret though. Tries to go for the cupola, but the Super Conch guys to the Progetto. And now that that guy's down, there's only really the Arty and then the 60TP. They do have a Progetto 65. There goes the 60TP. Now, where is that Progetto? There he is. We find out the hard way, but he finds out that we're not amused and he's out the game. And that is RNG's Toxic's first kill. He hits the GW. Can he get a reload in time? Oh no! The kill shot came in from the Manticore, who was waiting for the opportunity. But not a bad game at all. Here's the end of battle results, and in that game, RNG and Toxis in the Leopard 1 actually managed to get a chevron to put him into the top 10, or being in the top 10 during that battle. Let's have a look at the team score. Well, he actually did get the highest damage in the game, 7,600, and I think that's 699. Was it? No, it's 7,599. That's it. Just under 7,600. The second highest damage was the Progetto on his own team, the M65. He got 4,281. And the third highest damage was the enemy Leopard with 4,008. When it came to kills, though, it was actually the Progetto on his own team managed to get 4 kills, 3 kills. The Object 140, the Super Conch, and the Progetto 65. So it's a very good job that RNG did not move out in to try and hunt that Super Conch down, because I think the Super Conch would have easily taken him out. And you can see that RNG only got the 1 kill during that game. It was the Progetto. When it came to base XP, though, he's second. The Manticore getting that kill right at the end, pipped the post. He managed to get 6 XP more than RNG's Toxis' Leopard, so he gets 1245. RNG's Toxis gets 1239, and the next highest player after that was the Progetto with 1173, and the 261 managed 1072. Those are the only players who got over 1,000 base. You can see these were really good players by the amount of damage that they did. He fired 29 rounds in that game, got 22 direct hits and 19 penetrations. Damage of 7,599 hit points, of which 4,171 were up more than 300 meters. He received 3 hits, 2 penetrations, and 1 hit by way of splash damage from the enemy Arty. And 2 enemy vehicles were spotted. Actually, no, that wasn't enemy Arty spotting. Correction. That was a shot from an E4 firing HE. Yes, it was a T110E4 that fired the HE at him, not the Arty. 2 enemy vehicles spotted, 10 enemy vehicles damaged, 1 killed, and 115 hit points of damage assistance. On a free-to-play account on this time, he actually earned 57,335 credits, but after repair, ammunition resupply, and consumables, and remember he was firing premium ammo all the way, Plus, of course, he did have premium consumables. I'm afraid, yes, he ended up with a loss of 142,954 credits, but he did get a chevron, so I think that's the important thing. And 1,239 base XP, and there was no multiplier, so that's all the experience points he took away. So that was a ranked battle. You can see that good players still come out on top. And in this one, he definitely did come out on top and showed how good the Leopard is. In fact, the very fact that the Leopard was top on the table on the enemy team and very nearly the top on his own team shows how good it is. It was only pipped by that Manticore getting a quick steal from him on the Arty at the last moment to get 2 kills. But he didn't do anywhere near as much damage as RNG's Toxis did. So I hope you enjoyed that replay. If you did, please give this video a like. Do subscribe to our channel. Leave a little comment down below because it feeds the algorithm. And thank you for watching.